Today we're checking out a track from a band that has quite a bit of hype around it. Like, the talk of Imminence is inescapable at the moment. Everyone's requesting that people react to Imminence tracks and check out Imminence tracks, and that's what we're doing today. We're checking out the latest track from Imminence called Temptation. So let's see what all the hype is about and whether or not it lives up to the hype. So turn my volume up here a little bit. It's got a bit of a Diablo soundtrack vibe about it so far. Oh! Oh my gosh. My man's concealing a violin behind his back too. Oh wow. These guys sound like architects. Oh! This is like folk metalcore? It's like YELLOWCARD metalcore, the violin. How have I never heard of these guys before? Wow. Oh, it's so nice to hear violin and music. There's not a lot of bands with violins. Neobliviscaris comes to mind, but... Man, these guys got massive Architects vibes. Oh dude, this guy sounds like Sam Carter too. Wow. We just need some blare. Blah. Oh, I love this. Uh-oh. Oh. This got massive Lost Together Architects vibes about it. Yeah, this is totally like Diablo. They even go through the different chapters. Wow. 2016 Architects, for sure. With violin. I can tell there's going to be a mad breakdown in this. Turn this up. When the masks come out, the breakdowns come out. For sure. Just gonna move the microphone away a little bit, so don't blow your eardrums off. I love everything about this. Here we go. Oh! Oh, man. Oh wow, how can you not bang your head to this? Oh. Oh my gosh. I mean, I hate comparing people to downplay their abilities, but this is definitely not to downplay the vocalist's ability, but this guy is a little Sam Carter. Sam Carter being vocalist from Architects, in case you don't know who I'm talking about. You listen to this and you can't tell me this doesn't sound like, Lost Together, which is, arguably one of Architect's best albums. This doesn't have massive, massive vibes from that album with like the lead guitar parts and the vocals, even the drums, like everything just sounds huge. Awesome little lead guitar parts in there. The vocals, oh my gosh, this vocalist right here is like amazing, absolutely amazing. You know, in the metalcore genre, I guess Architects is kind of not really metalcore as much anymore. Still kind of, but you know, there isn't a lot of standout vocalists in the genre, to be honest with you. Everyone's kind of, you know, on this level here, which is good. And then there's only a few vocalists in the genre, like Sam Carter, for example, who are kind of at this level. You know, everyone's here, and then Sam Carter and a few others at that top tier level where they can do that melodic scream singing, which you heard in the chorus of this track, which is, you know, not an easy thing for a lot of vocalists to do. A lot of vocalists can't pitch their vocals. All they can do is kind of do, you know, the fry screaming, or even just no technique at all, and just kind of scream their vocal cords until they burn themselves out. But to be able to scream, sing, and actually have devastating lows like that, and actually have good control by the sounds of it, yeah, that's top tier vocalists for sure. And definitely very reminiscent of early Architects, which many will agree is like, you know, quintessential heavy music for modern heavy music anyway. Architects are one of those top tier bands that just continue to get better. And obviously they've deviated from that original sound, partly because, you know, Tom, who sadly died of cancer, was part of that defining sound. But this, to me, sounds like homage to that early Architect sound that so many people love, that I love. But unique, because obviously you've got to talk about the violin. You know, you don't hear violins in music, not in heavy music too much, which is strange because I feel like stringed instruments, like violins and even wood instruments and stuff like that, wind instruments, they can all like add to the heaviness. Like you know, you hear a heavy band with orchestra or something like that, and it just sounds huge. And of course, there are different genres that have violins and stuff like that. You know, you've got black metal and all those kind of other little sub-genres of metal that do have, you know, strings and stuff in there. But it's not like mainstream sounding stuff. It's kind of very niche. And if you've heard of a band, they're an Australian band actually called Nebliviscaris. They have violins and stuff like that, and just solid top-tier musicians themselves, solid music. But this, to me, is kind of like the more mainstream-ish, you know, early metalcore sound with the violin, and the violin works. I mean, the violin just sounds awesome. I was getting massive Diablo vibes off that, you know, with the, I guess you could say any kind of, you know, old school medieval violin sounding music would remind you of Diablo, but I don't know why, it reminded me of Diablo. Awesome film clip too. I'm just really don't understand how I have not heard of this band before now. Are they a new band? Is Imminence like just recently just exploded out of the gate? They had like some quarantine band that, you know, formed when everyone was locked down and just decided just to release music now. Maybe they've been around for a while and I'm just out of the loop. I mean, I'm getting old, I guess. It happens. You kind of just stop discovering new music as much, and these reactions in people's recommendations are the only way you find music these days. It's the only way I'm finding music, to be honest. And not through, you know, not because I'm not looking. It's just, I feel like I just don't have the time, more responsibility, I guess. Well, if you like that reaction, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you thought of this track, and have you been a fan of this band? How long have they been around? You know, are they signed to a label? I don't really know much about them, but I want to go and check out some of the other music, because, you know, if it's similar sound to this, I mean, I love this sound. So many people love this sound, and, you know, just sounding like this, releasing songs in similar vein is going to get these guys so far for sure. So yeah, I'll leave the video there. Subscribe if you haven't already, and if you made it to the end, thank you.